I don't know where my pin is, okay?
Hello, hello, hello. Ah! There is a new Hunger Games trailer.
I've got my posters, I've got my Mockingjay pin.
It is 2012 again, and nature is healing. I haven't felt any semblance of being alive since the last Hunger Games movie came out. I wish that was a joke. I'm deadly serious. Disclaimer, I'm representing all the readers who read this book, but does not remember a single plot point. So therefore, everyone. Every time I do a trailer reaction, someone's always commenting, oh, but you didn't, why are you talking so much? You're on my channel. I'm assuming you've already seen the trailer. If you actually want to watch the trailer, go watch the trailer and get out of my channel. But everyone else who's actually a fan, this is just for us, okay? This is for the tribute. Not a tribute, you're just here for the banter. Fine, welcome, I welcome you. Everyone else, get out. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, wait, I'm scared. I feel sick. Okay, wait. Okay. Let's just...
In terms of copyright, the odds are not in my favor. So basically, here's just the noises that I made when I first watched it. And then we'll get a detailed breakdown afterwards. Enjoy!
Oh, Violet. Ooh, ooh. Hey, this is shit.
Oh, did she...
Oh, this is when he gets... Oh, why does he...
Ew.
Oh.
Is that Stan? No.
Oh.
Oh, the lighting. Please.
Oh. I did not think that I'd get to see Coriolanus's biddies, okay? Wait, I need to watch that again. Whoa. This reminds me of uni. This is giving me uni vibes, kind of like a university, but for cults. They also kind of look like red and white blood cells. Just, bro, listen. If I was responsible for the murder of so many children for decades to come, I too would probably want, you know, like a shot. Imagine being in the Capitol and every single year you have this like, oh, let's stop anti-war by like killing a bunch of kids. And that's their yearly Love Island representation. But without love. No love, just death. Bottom. Everyone in... Sejanus, Coriolanus, High Bottom. Why is there so many butts? Why? Because they're all assholes, that's why. Listen, this Viola Davis, okay? It's gonna be good. She's like the game maker, right? She like makes these mutations, the mutts, whatever. The image symbolism here is Albert Einstein. Jesus Christ. She's got the whole Albert Einstein look going on, right? So I'm like, okay, not miss the original How to Get Away with Murder. Wait, okay, let's see who sat. Who sat apart from me? Not gonna lie, I would steal this outfit. Sure, at one point, these two have to do an assignment together and then she just kind of like doesn't do the assignment and he has to do the entire assignment, which is like, uni life. I found out that this bust was modeled after Francis. I might be chatting shit, but anyway. Wait, this outfit, I'm low-key, I kind of like this look. I want to steal it. And this bag. I mean, it's Capital in it. They're into fashion. I forgot. What? Oh, why did they make President Snow so hot? Have you seen Snow? If he wasn't a completely murderous, villainous, psychopathic Santa Claus, okay, ignoring the fact that he was probably born when the wheel was being invented, for his age, he's, you know, like the rose symbolism because he loves rose gardens, you know, blood near his heart, you know, doesn't have a heart, but it's near it. Purity, empty, morally empty canvas. District 12. Ooh, look at this. It's giving Hunger Games movie 1. I love it. Ooh. It's the mirroring. It's the referencing. It's probably not Mockingjay related, but it reminds me of like that Mockingjay set, you know, where everything went to shit. Ooh, and then we got the right rose. He looks very fake. He's just here to get casted, really, isn't it? Why is he looking like that? I think this is when they're being shipped off to the zoo.
Tigers.
Huh?
Tigers.
Huh?
Tigers.
Noxa what? This is where we start to see the beginning of how the Hunger Games became like the reality TV show that it became. President Snow is a mentor and he's gonna mentor Lucy Gray, which is, you know, ironic because it started with District 12 and it ended with District 12. Wow, look at that. Look at that shot. Set design. Caesar Flickerman, is he a vampire? Because he looks but that's not, is it? It's not. You can tell that the Hunger Games is a really good reflection of society because Caesar Flickerman is a nepo baby. This is Hunger Games from Shein. Do you know what I mean? Like, we had it so good in the next ones. Like, look at that. Personally, if I was in the Hunger Games, I would simply just like climb up here, go up here, break one of the windows, and just escape. You know, but that's just me though. Like propaganda. propaganda. I love how the Hunger Games looks old as hell, but also futuristic at the same time. They've got that perfect balance. Why is he modeling for ASOS? Coriolanus is just out here to get scouted, yeah? You can't tell me that this look is a man who does not know what TikTok is. Okay. All American. You can tell he's American because... he thinks he's being so smart with that because his last name is Snow, and he's like, you're gonna die, bitch. He was about 65 years too early, but he did call it. Oh, look at that. This is giving Katniss and Gale when they're in the meadow. Everyone say it with me. Oh, why does this remind me of that, do you know what I mean? That, you know, that, ew. Okay, so if anyone has not read these books or does not know anything about this movie, you would think that they're trying to do some sort of Peter Katniss situation, right? Right? Get that out your head. It is nothing like Peter Katniss. So one thing I never understood about the books was like, okay, like spoilers, kind of spoilers. I mean, they're hugging at this point. Is what she saw in him. Can someone explain to me? Like, feel free to comment because I don't remember this book at all. He wanted to keep her alive and had a fascination with her because, well, firstly, her vocals were giving, you know, Taylor Swift, Celine Dion. She's like the Celine Dion of District 12 because it's like, okay, this is my project. And I have to keep her alive. And through that process, they're also kind of like similar age. He's a boy, hormones. But what did she ever see in him? Was it just the fact that he was like, okay, I'll keep you alive, and she was like, okay, well, he's my only hope, so it's sort of like a Beauty and the Beast situation. Okay, is that a snake? A snake bracelet? We got the symbolism coming in. Is that a primrose? I'm making stuff up now, but where's her LGBTQ dress? The snakes are so beautiful. It reminds me of, like, you know, oil spill. Oh, we got snakes. Ballad of the Songbirds and snakes. Whoa. I love the color palette that we've got going on as well. Like, it's you know that scene where Snow's in the garden and it's just like red and white and whatever. I feel like they took that shot and they really ran with it. It's like stained blood because she's gonna ultimately cause death, you know, spillage. Okay, at this point I'm kind of just like sending into madness. This might be wrong, but he, as far as I can tell in the trailer, was always wearing black. And it's kind of, because black is like the color of, like, I don't know, depression, mourning, funeral. So it's kind of like, you can see him suffering with the fact that he firstly created the games. I mean, he blames Snow, but he's also the one who had the idea. Just for a funeral, but he's also kind of like resided on himself. So he starts off with a little bit of red, descends into full redness when he like starts killing people probably. Her, and she is always wearing red. I also love how her gloves, like it's latex gloves, but it looks like her hands are bloody, like they've got blood on their hands, and she clearly enjoy, you know. I also think it's interesting how she's wearing pink and everyone else is wearing full red, so maybe that's symbolism as well. Like maybe she's like kind of part of the death, kind of not. I mean, I'm sure I'm reading way too much into this, but it's so sickening, mostly because of his violence, but also the fashion. Sickening. So Sejanus was kind of like the foil, like the only one with some sort of like empathy in the Hunger Games, because obviously he's clearly like, yeah guys, it's a bit messed up what we're doing. All of the characters represent different moral positionings, which I think makes a very interesting and compelling story and philosophical inquiry into the nature of man and stuff like that. Ooh, I'm sure this is her lab, because look at this. Like only a crazy scientist would do shit like this. So at this, like these scenes are giving very much like war drama. Donald Sutherland. I don't. That's a jump scare. I'm only saying that because it's Snow. Like, no offense to the actor, but it's Snow. And look at these graphics. Beautiful, beautiful. That was absolutely... Yeah, so I was scared they're trying to make us, like, sympathetic towards Snow. Not just because he's, like, freaking topless. But I feel like unless you have zero critical thinking skills, it doesn't really present Snow in, a sympathetic way. Because the vibes that I'm getting from this trailer is, like, every sentence is kind of about how man has this innate need for survival, or... It's kind of like Lord of the Flies-esque, you know, like without a structure, people kind of descend into madness. And there's so many references to like the choice between being good and being evil. So for example, we have like a Dean Highbottom, whatever. He's clearly conflicted with his role as creating the Hunger Games, and he's like, we have Viola Davis's commentary on like, see how they are basically freaking animals in the games. And there's like glimpses of humanity. For example, when he tells her, oh, go run, but then like literally a few moments afterwards, he's like, everything is about winning. And it ends on this really ominous note where I feel like Lucy is kind of like the glimmer of hope of goodness in him, which ultimately does not, because it's not a spoiler. I mean, you've seen Hunger Games. She's not a good guy. She's so pivotal in shaping Snow, or unlocking who he is and who he has to become. Especially in the beginning of the book, every death that you encounter in the book, he's led to believe that he has no choice. He kind of descends into more paranoia towards the end of the book. And I feel like she really is the key person that kind of unlocks this like evilness in him. Like, it's the things we love most that destroy us. He kind of thinks like he needs to survive himself. I mean, it's all about the Hunger Games to him, isn't it? It's about survival. It's about being number one. Yeah, there's a natural goodness built into us all. We can step across that line into evil or not. So it's really about what are the choices that Snow made in his early life that made him step into that. At the same time, if you have like zero critical thinking skills, you'd probably think, oh, this is a Peter and got this, kissy kissy, woo. You know those like essays where they're like, oh, should poor people deserve to live? He gives me, at least the book him gave me the vibes that he just sees humanity and people as kind of like an intellectual construct that you can just like debate in like an Oxford essay. And I think even here you can see the difference, because Tigris was someone who helped Katniss, if I remember correctly, in Mockingjay, and you can clearly see the stark difference between the cousins. Like, she has a lot more humanity in her than Snow does. I just love the look of glee in her eyes, like, and like this for her is a passion. She really girl bossed her way into this career. Yeah. This girl should not get too close to this tank for reasons, but I just love every single shot. Like, you could just pause this at any point and it's just so beautiful. Like, look at that. Like, okay, not Snow, but anyway. I have so much hope for this movie. But it could also be the worst movie in existence. Doesn't matter. I'm seated, okay? I'm sat. It's giving me those feelings of just being alive again, which is kind of weird because it's a movie about like the corruption of man and death and totalitarian governments and dystopians. But what does that say about us as a society that we love shit like this? Do you know what I mean, Lucky Flickerman is right, because his whole lineage are just nepo babies. But anyway, her dress looks a lot more vibrant in this than it did in the trailer. But I read somewhere that her name is Grey and she's wearing like a vibrant dress to show that she's like a multifaceted human being, which is evident. You know, she likes singing, and she also likes Snow, at least at one point, which is like, okay, you know, personally wouldn't be me, but she's also like not a regular citizen, and I think that's why maybe she likes Snow. She was kind of just like an entertainer, so I feel like maybe that's why she's kind of a bit separated from that. And it's also giving Pretty Little Lies a little bit. But what happened to good dystopia? Am I right? That's a video. Would you like to see that as a video? Coming soon. That's a video. Oh, this is amazing. Look, The Hunger Games is about what happens when you place a hunter in a performance. The Ballad of the Songbirds is about what happens when you place a performer in a hunt. That, you know, I can see students across the country like reviewing this for like media studies or whatever. Give that trailer a 12 out of 12 or 13 out of 12. I'm here for the Renaissance, adding the Hunger Games right now. And if you want to give me tickets for the premiere, you know, I don't mind. If I've missed out any details or if there's any interesting facts that you noticed about the trailer that you'd like to point out, please let me know. I love Hunger Games lore. I'm always here. I'm full from that trilogy. I mean, like, that was good. Ta-da! My god. Yeah. Boop. Anytime now. Any YouTube. So I found out that a few select fans actually got shipped out to Vegas to watch the trailer. And as Hunger Games #1 dedicated fan, you know, Orange like the sunset, and who's had a Twitter stan account since 2011, my invite must have gotten lost in the spam or something, right? Yeah. It's fine. It's like, it's fine. I was busy, you know. I was like eating eggs anyway. So just invite me to the next one. Yeah.